Hey, welcome to Guitar Dojo. Let's learn how to read a chord chart. This top one is set up to where you can see the sixth string is your thickest and your skinniest string is the thinnest string. The bottom one is probably what you're going to see most often. When you look at a chord chart, your sixth string or your top string is to the left and your high strings are to the right. So that way it's always like the guitar is facing you. When you're looking at this, any dot that you see is going to tell you exactly where one of your fingers is going to go. Let's go ahead and build our C chord. Dot here, dot there, and a dot there. The dots tell you exactly where your fingers are going to go. The number at the top here tells you what fingers to use. The 0 means that you're playing that string, but there's no finger touching it. You have your third finger, your second finger, and your first finger. When you see an X, this tells you what string not to play. Most of the time in my tabs, I have this marked out with a red line, so that way you know not to play that string. So if you look at this chord chart, it's telling us that we're going to put our third finger on our third fret, fifth string. Our second finger is going to go on our fourth string, second fret. We're going to skip the third string, place our first finger, and then make sure our fingers are standing up and arched. So when you play the string from the fifth string down, because all your chords have a distance, you have fifth string chord, sixth string chord, four string chords. Once you learn where your fingers need to go, you need to make sure that you're arching your fingers so that they don't touch the strings below them and you don't have a thumping sound. That can be alleviated by staying on your fingertips. A lot of my students have little issues with this, and sometimes it's just an easy fix, like filing your fingernails, making sure that they're not too long, because that just forces your hand to do like this and play, as opposed to being on your fingertips. Now I've added the E minor chord. Some chords you can hold in different ways depending on what you can do. I can hold these two strings with one finger. We've practiced that. But that's one way that I could hold that. I could hold it like it's written with my first and second finger. I could hold it with my second and third finger. A lot of times it just depends on where I'm going. If I'm going to go from C, A minor, E to G, then I'll play it with my first and second finger because it's easy to. But maybe I'm going to go to a B dominant. Then I use my second and third finger, so that way it's easy to get to that one. So multiple different ways. You're going to find different ways that you can hold most of your chords, like your D chord. You can hold it with just those two. You can hold it with all three. You can hold it with your back three fingers. Like I said, most of it is just what you're capable of doing. And as you advance and you learn different techniques through different songs and see what other people have done, you're definitely going to readjust what you do with your chords. Hopefully right now you know how to read a chord chart. So the next question is, what chords should you learn?